Hi! Stardew Valley video today. I hope everybody's doing well and thank you very much for joining me. This is sort of sped up and I hope that's okay. I'm going to start leaving a little mark up there somewhere. I think I sound a little bit better at speed 1.25 and that's on the plus side. If you go into the YouTube settings, you might want to try that. I talk too slow and it sounds so boring, although I doubt the speed has anything to do with boring. I'm just boring. Anyway, I know I don't decorate in Stardew Valley, which is weird, considering that's one of the things I absolutely enjoy about games. But this game in particular, it's the last thing on my mind, and I've never quite figured it out. I do remember the very first time I played Stardew Valley, I went out of my way to put down paths and fencing, trees. But if I'm not mistaken, the reason I don't do it anymore is because a lot of that stuff got in my way. The fencing was annoying because it kept decaying. The gates, you had to hop off whatever you were on to open it, and then you had to turn around and close it. Now, I have a mod that does auto gates, and that is a life-saving feature. But it took me a long time to understand how mods worked with this game, so I had plenty of time in my head to say, I'm never doing this again. So it's going to take me some time to get back into that groove of wanting to decorate. As far as the trees go, because it's an overhead view, no matter where you really place your trees, unless you chop them down, you can't see anything behind them. So I've learned to set my trees off to one side, and then you have to walk in a certain path to see if there are any seedlings growing behind them, which I kind of like doing. I don't mind that, but I don't want them anywhere near my crops. And the same goes with fencing. But I have seen so many beautiful, artistically talented farms that are decorated, including the interior of houses. Forget it. I just throw things up and walk away. So I thought I would start this video by trying to decorate, and I got as far as the paths, and then I went, no, it looks stupid. It looks so dumb. So I did a couple quests, and here, this is my quarry. And what I do, I know it's futile, but I always get rid of any trees that want to grow and regular, what would you call them, stones. And then I try to keep the gems to have it build up, which it doesn't necessarily do. Stones come back, trees come back, but other types of gems do not. But I like the quest, the challenge, so that's why I keep doing that. And then Demetrius asked for a pufferfish, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, you can only catch you can only catch it after 5, or you can only catch it in the rain. There's something you can only catch in the rain. I don't remember what it is. I also had no idea what season I was in. I'm like, is this spring or summer? I'm pretty sure this is summer. And so I was very confused while I was doing this, but I figured I would show you progress. I think this is year 2. I don't even talk to that dude up there in the corner anymore. I am at, what is it, 10? Level 10, heart of friendship. I'm able to buy the bouquet from Pierre. And every time I talk to that guy, he says, oh gosh, of course I'm not going to remember how, but something like, I've got something for you, but you're not ready for it. Every single time. And it's like, well, what do I have to do? I think My mistake is I have not given anybody a bouquet. That might be the problem. Because I just can't decide. I'm telling you, this is so difficult. It's funny watching those TikTok memes of Stardew Valley. I get a kick out of that. And apparently everybody likes marrying Sebastian and Abigail. And Abigail is my least favorite out of all of the characters because there's just something creepy about her being as young as she is. If I'm understanding correctly, isn't she still in high school? Nobody should be messing with Abigail. And just because she has purple hair, that doesn't make her... I don't know. There's something wrong with that. I don't get it. But I think I've mentioned it in my last Stardew Valley video. I always look at things too seriously and too realistically, and believe it or not, I have fun playing games, but you'd never know it based on what I tell you. Everybody in this valley wants to leave. They want to get out and see the world and make an attempt at a career choice. And I don't want to get in the way of that. Shane is hopeless, as adorable as he is, and I do like the fact that you can become better friends with him. I would never even attempt to try and fix someone, so he's out. Alex, as heartbreaking as his backstory is, he, out of all of them, was like the meanest, smuggest, most smart alecky Alex of them all at the beginning. And I'm like an elephant in that regard. I never forget. Shane was pretty bad. But Alex, my goodness. And then to a certain extent, Sebastian's the same way. It's like, well, F you too. You know, I'm done. I'm brand new here and you're talking to me like I'm the ugly, unwanted little stepchild. And that influences me. Sebastian's cool. He's really cool. But he wants to get out and leave and do his own thing. The only ones who don't are Harvey, Elliot, and I know he's a non-playable, Clint. And Clint is absolutely crazy about Emily. Harvey really wants to get with Meru. Sam's not bad. I think his dad is pretty hot looking. But everybody makes fun of Sam and Kent. And Kent's backstory is terrifying. And the simple fact that his wife wants to leave him is even more horrific. Sam just wants to go out and become a rock star, doesn't he? And Penny seems like she really likes him, and who wants to break Penny's heart, you know? It's difficult. I always choose Elliot, I'm sorry. He's the easiest one out of them all. And nobody seems to like Elliot. If you're judging by TikTok memes, apparently nobody can stand Elliot except for me. But he's the safest one. He's not committed to anyone, and all he wants to do is write. And I don't see anything wrong with that. You write to your heart's content, hon. Go for it. Just remember to smile once in a while. Recognize me that I am here. And all's well with the world. I always end up choosing Elliot, but this time I'm like, I want to try somebody different. And I have a feeling I'm not going to do it. Yeah, here, I forgot what level are the ghosts on? The wizard wanted me to catch some ghosts and I just couldn't remember, so sorry about that. I probably could have cut that out. I think this is going as fast as it can. By the way, I wanted to leave the original sound in, but my goodness, I had an hour and a half of video to go through here. So I had to chop it up, and of course that sounds funny on speed 5. I'll just put in some Stardew music if I can find it, I don't know. So yeah, I did quests. I go in here looking for the fern, fiddlehead fern. I always forget to do it though, because there's like, what, 5 per year that you can get? At least that's for me. I rarely ever find any. I think I've mentioned how much I enjoy cooking in this game, even though it's no big deal. I guess it's coming up on the end here, and I didn't do anything I set out to do. I'm sorry if this is boring. I didn't mean for it to be boring. I figured it was like an update video just to let you know where I'm at. I did move things around. I tried to organize my crops, but the decorating just didn't work out the way I had hoped. But it was fun. I hope you enjoyed this. As always, I thank you so much for supporting my channel. Have a fabulous day as well. Bye-bye.